Hi friends, today I'm going to talk to you about the future of shopping and how are we going to buy things. And to do that, I will tell you a few stories. My first story has something to do with the first ever 7-Eleven convenience store that came up in Bombay a few days back. To those who don't know what 7-Eleven is, it's a Texas-based convenience store chain just like Walmart. And although it's based out of Texas, it is owned by a Japanese company named 7&I Holdings Co. Limited. So why am I suddenly talking about a Japanese company which most of us would not even have heard of? Well, because 7-Eleven has now shaken hands with none other than Reliance Retail Ventures Limited. With 7-Eleven, Reliance has added one more feather in its cap of making its retail presence stronger in India to play in the approx $850 billion retail market in India. Reliance is present in the segment with chains such as Reliance Fresh, Reliance Digital, Trends, Reliance Smart and JioMart among others. So why is it that Reliance is building this massive network of stores across the country when the world is moving towards digital? Is this a threat to Walmart and Amazon for their operations in India? With these massive players gaining a lot of ground in India, how is shopping in retail going to change for you and me? What effect will the boom of social commerce and the internet will have in all this? We will be covering all of this and a lot in this video. Retail in India has seen different phases in different timelines. What started as the conventional kirana or the mom and pop stores in the last century has traveled a long way. Liberalization in the early 1990s saw a tectonic shift in the way Indian retail functions. Franchisee stores started popping up, and by the time you take a breather from these, shopping malls were on the door. Departmental stores, supermarkets and malls made it feel like the Indian retail industry is booming. Big conglomerates started entering the retail industry. It is around this time that big companies like Reliance, Aditya Birla, Godrej, etc. made their entry into the space. FDI in the retail industry was still a distant dream, and thus big international players like Walmart and Tesco were still waiting at a distance, eyeing the Indian market to open doors for them. After dilly-dallying from the government for long and massive protests and resistance later, in 2012, India approved reforms for single branded stores, welcoming anyone in the world to innovate in the Indian retail market with 100% ownership, provided that the single brand retailer sources 30% of its goods from India. In the same year, FDI was approved for multi-brand retail stores as well, under which it was said that 51% of the FDI will be allowed to these companies. But some states in the country were against these foreign players setting up shops in their lands. Meaning Mumbai will have an IKEA store, but West Bengal? Nope. Nada. Fast forward to 2021, retail and the way people are shopping these days have seen a sea change. Internet has democratized shopping, and no matter what the product is, you have an option to go online and order it. COVID has also pushed a lot of non-retail companies like Swiggy to deliver groceries to its customers, something that Swiggy might as well continue even after the effects of the pandemic recedes. Grofers, Big Basket, Amazon, Flipkart and now Reliance are all in the war of providing you your vegetables as fast as possible. And while the companies are marketing aggressively to make sure that their message is reached to the audience, they are putting efforts to make logistics as seamless as possible. And that is where Reliance comes in as the front runner in India. The corporate behemoth Reliance was fiddling with the idea of an online presence where they can make people buy stuff from their phones for long. With Jio making it easier for the majority of the Indian population to come online, the next logical step was to turn these very users into customers. And the logical step was starting JioMart, which started as an e-commerce platform focused on online groceries and eventually expanded into other categories like fashion, home essentials and lifestyle products. The timing couldn't have been more right as well, right at the onset of the pandemic when people were desperately looking for things online. Reliance Retail, which is India's largest retailer with 12,711 stores across the country, integrated its grocery and trends stores store network with JioMart. The acquisitions of companies like Zivame, Ladder, and NetMeds are only going to broaden the length and breadth of JioMart with respect to its products and services in the coming years. According to a Goldman Sachs report, by 2025, Reliance is going to have 50% of the market share of the online grocery market and 30% of the entire e-commerce space. And now I would like to bring your attention to 7-Eleven, which I mentioned earlier in the video when I started the video. Why is it that a Japanese convenience store matters in the scheme of things for Reliance? Simply put, because of the massive web of stores that it will create. The more number of stores they're going to have, the faster the deliveries they can promise. These stores will work as mini warehouses for the company, which can be ordered through JioMart and reach people in the shortest possible time. Now let's understand this through an example. Suppose you stay in Pune and you thought of buying pizza bread and other ingredients because you want to surprise your guests tonight by making a pizza for them. The nearest shop that can provide you with all the ingredients is almost 10 kilometers from your home. Of course, you don't have the time to go out and bring them in, so you pick up your phone and scroll through Amazon and figure that they will take a minimum of a day to reach you. You thought, okay, let me try JioMart. Voila! You got your ingredients at one place and you received your delivery within the next hour. But how did this happen? Well, because Amazon might have huge warehouses built across the country, but they are limited in numbers. But those 7-Eleven and other retail stores that I just mentioned Reliance is busy acquiring are pretty near to your Pune house, and thus the delivery will be made without any hiccups. Too much of a supply chain for you? Well, if you need a better understanding of how the supply chain plays a crucial role in all this, consider roping yourself in for the certificate program in supply chain management by Altuni and SPJIMR. Master Supply Chain Management with curriculum crafted and taught by SPJIMR faculty, and get SPJIMR Executive Alumni status. Work on a live project and get a chance to interview with Ecom Express. If you're interested in the program, the link is in the description below. And now let's get back to the video. Okay, so Reliance is not the only one who is playing this game. Radhakishan Damani owned DMart is also making strides in the e-commerce world with DMart Ready. Although its competitors are way ahead at the moment with respect to its online presence, it's playing a catch-up game fast. Currently, the retail war is on between these four major players who have all understood the importance of going phygital. The Tata Group is also not far behind in this race. But Reliance has an unfair advantage over all of the above-mentioned companies at the moment. And that's the massive pool of Jio customers and their data. We are talking about 446 million as of 2021. A number that can be converted into active customers through the power of social commerce. Digital retailing is fast evolving, so fast that it is morphing into something so different that it needs a new name altogether: omni-channel retailing. Under this, the retailers are not just limited to interacting with just one medium, but through multiple points, be it websites, physical stores, kiosks, direct mails and catalogs, call centers, social media, mobile devices, gaming consoles, televisions, network appliances, home services. The list is just endless. More and more retailers are eyeing to be present in all these possible channels to maximize their potential and acquire as much data as they can. Facebook launched its very first version of the marketplace back in 2007, and it was sitting idle for years. It's during COVID-19 social commerce emerged as a giant. According to a BCG report, while brick-and-mortar retailing dropped by 4%, e-commerce showed an uptick of 28% in the year 2020. With more time spent on social media platforms, the possibilities of buying things online also increased multifold. A customer opting for social commerce often wants to build a connection with the brands first. So for example, if they're buying a shampoo bottle, they would first check the reviews, go for simplified shopping, and follow in-the-moment advertising, which usually affects their buying decisions. In such a scenario, social platforms and related mobile apps enable brands to guide consumers in their entire shopping journey, right from discovering a product to buying it, all of it in a single place. And one such success story of the same in India is that of Meesho.
600 मिली है। पटेल चौक और प्रीतम प्लाजा का चक्कर लगाया, फिर सदर बाजार और गदर बाजार का चक्कर लगाया, और पता है क्या?
तू चक्कर लगा।
सही लगा।
मीशो पे तो सही लगा है।
Meesho pioneered social commerce in India 6 years ago, providing a source of income for millions of homemakers. Meesho mainly targeted the tier 2 and tier 3 cities and boasts of more than 17 million resellers as of now. So how do they do business? Meesho's reselling model is much like assisted shopping. You as a customer buy directly from e-commerce sites like Flipkart or Amazon, but in a reseller model, there is a third entity between the platform and the customer. The reseller will share a product within their network via WhatsApp or Instagram. If anyone wants to place an order, they will place it after adding their margin, and Meesho will deliver that product to the customer directly. This benefits all parties. The supplier saves on marketing and logistics, the reseller earns through their markup on each product, and Meesho gets a commission from the supplier. Vidit Atre, co-founder of Meesho, said in an interview with Fortune, in India, there are about 500 million people who use WhatsApp regularly, and the number of people who are buying from e-commerce platforms is still roughly about 100 million. This means that 80% of India's population on smartphones is still not transacting online. The opportunity to bring the next e-commerce buyers online is very large, and it indeed is. In less than 6 months, Meesho doubled its valuation to $4.9 billion. With a recent funding of $517 million. Social commerce includes a range of shopping experiences, including group purchases, wherein consumers come together to buy in bulk and get better rates. There is also social reselling, where resellers buy from large merchants and sell on social networks. There is also video-based commerce, where videos are used to create awareness. The possibilities are growing multifold with each passing day. Okay, at this point, if you feel like you really need to learn digital marketing, FMCG and e-commerce marketing, marketing analytics, design thinking from experts who have worked in Google, P&G, Nestle, PepsiCo, Bain & Co, Snapdeal, etc., and ace in the future world of marketing, you are at the right place. Enroll yourself in Marketing Career Prep by Inside IIM and Altuni and get to work on an industry project, get interview preps and CV editing to help you crack your interviews. Okay, so now I'll come back to Meesho again. Looking at the success of Meesho, Flipkart has also taken notice. It has launched ShopC, a social commerce offering, and it's not alone. Reliance and Tatas are anyway clutching the e-commerce market, and with JioMart and Reliance's association with Facebook, it's a matter of time when Reliance will go full throttle on using Facebook and WhatsApp to drive business home. Companies like WhatsApp and Instagram are monetizing too, as are a clutch of startups such as Mall91, Shop101, Dealshare, and Bulbul. Amazon and Walmart are intending to reach consumers through their strong online presence as well. Amazon has a 200 million product portfolio. Amazon Prime Video is one of the assisted services through which Amazon is increasing its online profile and ensuring buyers for the future as well.
Fire, cold as ice, sweet as sugar, and everything nice, as old as time, as straight as a line.
Since it is yet to have a robust physical presence, it intends to bridge the gap through partnerships with more than 1 lakh odd local stores, and it's also working towards having its own stores in place. But then you will say that these are things that are already happening. What is the next big thing in shopping that will come to India?
This is live stream shopping, one of the hottest trends in China. Every night, tens of millions of people watch live shows hosted by influencers like Via and buy the products they recommend.
Yes, that's where we are going to be heading pretty soon as well. Live stream shopping is already taking place in India in one form or the other. Small business owners and influencers are already using Facebook and Instagram live options to sell their products online. Trying out lipstick, showing you the sturdiness of the shoes on screen, and even telling you why you should be buying a car. All of that is taking place in China currently through live streaming shopping, and India is falling in line because the numbers are insanely crazy. Influencers are roped in to promote certain products of companies, and they influence you in buying the next best trendy nail polish that is out there in the market. Remember the TV shopping days? Yes, these guys. India has bought and sold through this model for years, where although things are happening in front of your TV screen, you had no option to voice your opinion or ask questions about a particular shade of lipstick. With live shopping, you can do that and a lot more. And live shopping integrates very well with the scheme of things in India currently, where more and more consumers are going online. Part of social commerce, live streaming will see more and more big players roping themselves in the coming years. So what do we have to learn from this? Well, the retail wars that are taking place between the companies currently in India have one central nervous system, and that is who has the more data about their customer. The more data they acquire through varied channels that they are present in, the more detailed analysis of the customers they'll be able to make. With predicting your exact requirements in a particular month to analyzing your shopping behaviors for a couple of years, Amazon will be able to show you exactly the products that you would be thinking of buying. The Reliance stores will make sure that the pizza bread is delivered even before an hour to your house for the party that you are hosting tonight by opening more and more stores near you. The influencers whom you follow on Instagram will tell you exactly what you need to look dapper with your yellow dress. It is the amalgamation of these things that will decide what you will buy and from where. Data is and will be the key to shopping. Until the time we keep feeding it to the companies, there will be more such acquisitions and mergers in the time to come. Alright, so that was the video, guys. If you liked the video, smash the like button and help us improve the reach of this video. Tell us in the comments below if you learned something new in this video and what are the topics you would like me to cover in this particular series. Do check out the certificate program in supply chain management and marketing career prep in the description below. That can help you understand these concepts even better. And I'll see you in the next video very soon. Ciao.